Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how is that narcissist during Easter and Passover? How do you think the narcissist is going to be on the holiday? Well, I'm going to get into what happens when you're with a narcissist on Easter and Passover, okay? Narcissists, first of all, they absolutely hate holidays, okay? Why do they hate holidays? Because they're stuck with their family. They're not free to run around the way they want to run around. So they're feeling very constricted. They're going to be anxious. They're going to be depressed. And what is that narcissist going to do on Easter and the holidays and Passover and all of that? They're going to fight with everybody, okay? Narcissists love to fight on the holidays, and Easter is one of the holidays they will fight with everybody around. They may fight about other family members. They don't like this one in the family. They don't like that one in the family. They may fight over the food. The food isn't cooked well. Why are we getting this food? Why are we doing this? They're going to find a hair in an egg, so to speak, on Easter, right? They're going to fight about anything. And why do they do that? Number one, they do it because they need control. And number two, they want to spoil the day, okay? Narcissists love to spoil everybody's happy occasions, happy days, because they hate to see other people happy. They absolutely hate to see other people happy. So they love to spoil Easter, Passover. They love to spoil birthdays and ruin the day for everybody because they're miserable inside, and misery loves company. So they're going to try to ruin everybody's day. And that may be by fighting with whoever they usually fight with who's ever closest to them because they feel the most comfortable with that. But they may fight about your family. Oh, why did your family do that? They may not like what somebody said to them. There's going to be a fight usually, or an argument on Easter. All right. The other thing that narcissists do on Easter or Passover is they love to sleep through the holiday. If they can't be fighting, they're going to be sleeping. So that narcissist is going to be napping on the couch, or they're going to say things like, oh, I'm going to go upstairs. I want to lay down a little bit. I'm tired. They're going to zone out from everybody else and remove themselves. This is what narcissists love to do. If they're not fighting with everybody else, or they're not getting the attention from everybody else, they're like a brooding child where they have to, they don't want to be around other people laughing, smiling, giggling, having a good time. They don't want to be around that. So what they're going to do is they're either going to go on the couch and they're going to start falling asleep, catnapping on the couch while everybody else is inside talking, enjoying each other's company. Or they may go up to the bedroom and be up there. Or they may go to the bathroom and start texting other supply. See, this is the other thing, too, that I spoke about with my other podcasts, about how the narcissist is on Christmas and Valentine's. The narcissist is just going to be frustrated because they can't get all that supply in. So they're going to have to find a place in the house or outside in the car. Oh, I got to run to the car. I'm going to have a cigarette or something. They go out there, they're going to be smoking, and they'll be on their phone. They'll be texting, or they'll be getting their other phone that they have hidden in the car, okay? And they'll be calling their other supply because they've got to get it in. They've got to get in touch with the other supply. They don't want the other supply to be suspicious of anything because the narcissist probably lied and said, oh, I'm spending the holidays with my kids, or I'm spending the holidays with my mother, all right? Meanwhile, they could have a whole, wife or husband there and family, and the other supply has no idea about it, all right? But they got to stay in touch with them. So they'll go to the bathroom, they'll go to the car, they'll go to the basement, or they'll run to the store. Like I said, they love to run to, oh, listen, I'm going to run to the store. I got to get some milk. I'm going to run to the store. I'm going to go get some alcohol for everybody, or this, that. They run to the store. They're gone for hours, okay? Everybody's like, where's the narcissist? Oh, they ran to the store 3 hours ago. All right. Then they come back and they say, oh, the traffic was so bad. Meanwhile, there's no traffic, right? It's ridiculous, the things they say, right? Oh, the traffic, this and that, and they go and they maybe make a quick stop at the other supply's house. They say they're going to the store, or they're just on the phone with the other supply. They got to get that time in. This is what they're doing. They're trying to get the time into all the other supply. All right. Next, what a narcissist does on Easter and Passover and the holidays, they go to religious service. They may go to church, they may go to synagogue, and they pretend to be the good, religious person that they fake it to everybody else. So they'll go to church or synagogue or something like that, and they pretend like they're holier than thou. All right. This is what they do. They pretend that they're holier than thou. They may even take pictures to post all over Facebook, about how, they're walking into the religious congregation on the holiday, or pictures with the family in front of the church or something like that, to give off that family image, religious image, hold up the Bible or something like that on this holiday, blah, 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 right? They are the biggest fake people when it comes to religion, all right? They pretend to be religious, but yet they don't practice what's in the Bible. They'll hold up a Bible, but they won't follow the laws that are in the Bible. That's the hypocrisy. That's how you're going to know the false prophet. The false prophet is the person that preaches about religion and how religious they are, but yet they don't follow God's laws. They don't live by God's laws, all right? So they are hypocrites. And when it comes to Easter and Passover and the holidays, they are going to pretend to be religious and holier than thou. They may even say something like, oh, let's all say a prayer. Let's all say a prayer, okay? They want to say a prayer now at the table. Meanwhile, they were with their supply the night before and doing something that they shouldn't be doing. But now in front of everybody else, they want to pretend like they are, this religious person, this holy, this innocent person. They portray the opposite of who they are. And the opposite of who the narcissist is a person of God. A narcissist is not a person of God. They follow demonic laws. They follow the rules of Satan. They are liars. They are cheaters. They They are thieves. Some of them are murderers. So they are complete hypocrites when they sit there and they preach about, God and the Bible and all that. And they'll do this on a holiday, a religious holiday like Easter or Passover. They'll sit there and talk about, what people should and shouldn't be doing. Meanwhile, they're breaking all of God's laws because they're lying to people. They're deceiving people. They're cheating on people. All right. So it's a joke. It is just a flat out joke. So they'll pretend to be this religious person. Oh, let's say a prayer, everybody, before we eat our meal. Okay. And then meanwhile, it makes them feel better to be like a phony religious person. This is what it is. All right. And it's to fool everybody. It's a mask to fool everybody to think that they're this good person of God. All right. Now, what's another thing that narcissists will do on the Easter holiday? They'll complain all day about something, all right? Narcissists love to complain about anything, and they especially love to complain about your family. Ooh, narcissists love to pick on your family. They'll say, oh, your mother was cold to me. She didn't say hello, or or she's ignoring. They'll find something. They will find something to pick on, and especially with your family, to make you feel uncomfortable. This is what narcissists love to do. They want to make you uncomfortable to ruin your day. Another thing they do, and this is classic covert narcissist, they will brood all day. They will be there in body, but that's about it. Their mind is not there with everybody. So they sit there and they have that fucking face on where they look like they don't even want to be there. And people come up to you and they say, what's wrong, with your partner? Why? And you're like, you're sitting there making excuses for them. Like, I don't know, I don't know what their problem is or whatever. You know why? Because the covert narcissist is angry at you for something that you may have done before the holiday, but they decide to torture you on the holiday to pay you back. This is so classic covert narcissist, and I have lived it time and time and time again. What they'll do is, if they're angry at you, maybe they don't like the way you treat their mother, or maybe they feel like you don't call their mother enough, or something like that. Now you're celebrating the holiday maybe with your family. What are they going to do? They're going to have a face on to pay you back with you and your family, all right? Because they don't want you to enjoy the day, or they're there in body only because they're resentful because maybe they feel you haven't done enough for their family. So typical of a covert narcissist. Instead of sitting there and talking and telling you how they really feel, no, they don't tell you how they feel. Instead, they're passive aggressive. And so what they'll do is they'll be brooding, okay? They'll be brooding at the dinner table on Easter or Passover, and they will, they're just going to be quiet. This is what they're going to do. They're going to be quiet, and they'll answer if somebody asks them something, but they're not going to look. It's going to be like a strained conversation. They don't really want to talk, and they're just going to blame it on being tired, or they don't have much to say, but they're doing it deliberately. This is, you guys, when you ask me what's passive-aggressive behavior, this is exactly passive-aggressive behavior, to torture you for something that you've done in the past. This is what they do. Or if they don't like your family, they'll do that, okay? If they don't like your family, they will sit there and they will brood and have a face on and torture you and be cool with your family, all right? So this is how they ruin your holidays. They'll complain all day. They'll brood. The other thing that they love to do, what narcissists love to do, is they love to pretend to play with the kids. Okay, I got to bring this up. I thought about it this morning before I was going to do this podcast, and I said, you know what? This is so typical of the covert narcissist. When they're around you and you have your kids, they will ignore you, and they will be nice to the kids, okay? It is a passive-aggressive way to dismiss you and be nice to the kids, so they look like they're a nice person. Oh, hi, little Johnny. Hi, little Sally. Oh, you still playing baseball? Oh, sometime I should take you out to the field. Or, I'm going to take you to a pottery class, or I'm going to do this with you, or we're going to do that together. They sit there, they kiss up to the kids, so everybody says, oh, look how nice they are. Look how nice they are to the kids. Meanwhile, they're ignoring you, all right? They're ignoring you. And they do it deliberately so that they don't look like the monster that they are. They'll be real nice and use the kids as pawns to pretend to everybody else, to the mother and the father, or the grandparents. Oh, look how nice they are look how good they are with the kids. Oh, they're so nice with the kids. But they're doing it on purpose to ignore, to ignore you. Meanwhile, they're not even saying hello to you. All right. This is what they do. So they play all these little kinds of mind games to fuck with you, all right? Fuck with you and to pretend to everybody else that they're these nice, wonderful people. Oh, they're so wonderful. Oh, they're such a family person. Oh, okay? And meanwhile, they're cold, they're distant, they dismiss you, and they don't say two words to you when you're there, all right? The other thing that they love to do, you guys, is post all their fake pictures on social media, pretending to be, mother, father of the year. They love it. They love to post all these pictures to show everybody, oh, look at me, I'm a family guy, or I'm a family woman. Look at me, I'm a wonderful person. So everybody thinks, oh, right? That's on their Facebook page that only has family, of course. Of course, they have their catfish pages where they have all their supply. They would never post that on that. They'll post, what they'll do? They'll post a picture of just them, okay? They'll post a picture of just them, like in front of like the table of food or in front of a Easter decoration, but they won't put anybody else in the picture, okay? That's for the social media pages that they, that they have all of their other supply on there. So everybody says, oh, you enjoying your day? You having a good day with your family? Oh, right? And meanwhile, on the family page, they'll post the family there, right? Like, meanwhile, they're posting a picture with you, and then they, what they do is they may cut you out of the picture. Sometimes they cut people out of the picture and then just post the people that they want to post on like the family social media pages or something like that, or pretend like they're family with you, but meanwhile they're ignoring you, they're dismissing you, and they're cold to you on the holiday. And that's really the one that is cold to you, or dismissing you, generally, you guys, that is your covert narcissist. That is the passive aggressive behavior that they are playing with you. And they love to do it on, holidays, because they don't like you, all right? They just don't like you. They may be jealous of you. And like somebody made a good point, it may not just be necessarily jealousy, although a lot of times when people don't like you, it's driven by jealousy, right? But they may just hate you for whatever reason, all right? But they pretend to like you in front of other people. But meanwhile, they can't stand you. And then when the holiday's over, you don't talk to them for the rest of the 364 days of the year. Okay? It's like, it's the biggest hypocrisy. It's the biggest fake family. This is what toxic families do. They pretend to get together. They pretend to be loving. And meanwhile, the rest of the year, they couldn't care if you were living or breathing. All right? You could have had pneumonia, ended up in the hospital, and you would never get a call from them. But meanwhile, they're there on Easter, Passover. Hey, God bless you. God bless you. All right? Like total hypocrites, fake, phony people, man. Whoo! I could tell you so much about these people because I have lived through this. All right? And the hypocrisy that they are, and the hypocrisy is real on the holidays. That's when you really see the fake phony. And you say to yourself, and you don't understand it, you say to yourself, why are these people so nice, during the holiday, or pretend to be nice, and then the rest of the year they don't want to get together with you. They don't want you over their house. They don't call when you're sick. They couldn't care when you're going to, they don't want to get together or anything, because it's not real, okay? Because it's not real, because they really don't care. All right? If they're not checking up on you, then they don't really fucking care about you. I'm just going to say it like it is, because it's the truth, and people have to realize it is the truth. Just because somebody shows up for a holiday or religious holiday doesn't mean they care about you. They're doing it for a purpose. They're doing it for their image if it's a narcissist, okay? So, know who's got you and know who doesn't. And the other thing is, you guys, the narcissist too, like I said, I was talking about family, I'm crossing over between family and whether you're a partner on the holiday as well. When you have a partner on the holiday, they want to get out, okay? So what narcissists do is they show up late to holidays and they leave early, all right? They want to leave early. They make an excuse, I'm not feeling good. Nobody's not feeling good more than a narcissist on a holiday. Oh, I'm not feeling good. They leave early so that they can go see another supply. They'll say, oh, listen, now I got to run to my cousin's house, or I got to run to my mom's house for this or that. And meanwhile, they got to get the other supply in. So it's a very stressful time for the narcissist, and it's stressful for you too, because you're dealing with a bullshit artist, okay? So you got this person who's pretending to spend the holidays with you, then cutting it short, then running to another supply's house, or running to the store for hours to call the other supply, or running to the bathroom to talk to them, or running to the basement, or running to the car. I mean, it's a clown show. That's what it is. It's a real clown show. This is what you have with the narcissist on the holiday, a clown show, okay? Or pretending to be religious, saying the prayer before the meal. Meanwhile, they can't stand the people that are at the table, okay? Oh my God, it's so ironic. They can't stand the people that are there, all right? They may hate you, they may hate your family, all right? But hey, let's say a prayer. God bless everybody. All right. So you guys, this is, I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Of course, like I said, criticizing food. The other thing too is they act entitled. The narcissist is the one who always acts entitled on the holiday. Like people have to serve them. All right. Serve them the food, or they're the ones that always leave the plate on the table and never bring it inside to wash it or anything like that. They feel entitled. All right. And they do the dumb routine, like, oh, they don't see the fucking plate in front of them, but they don't never pick up the plate and bring it inside and clean off the plate. Very rarely. Okay. Unless somebody's really watching them. But generally they feel entitled. They make everybody else do it for them. I'm looking on my list of everything that I wanted to bring up about this. Criticizing the food, of course, it's a given. They're going to find something with the food that they may not like, or or, it's too hot, it's too cold, it's too spicy. Oh, why are we eating this? I don't eat meat. I want this. There's always going to be some little, wrench thrown into it, monkey wrench thrown into it to, upset somebody or ruin the day. So this is how the narcissist is on Easter and Passover. So, you guys expect something, all right? When you get together with a narcissist on the holidays, expect some kind of nonsense. Either they're sleeping all day long, or they're running around, or not, running and not being around, or they're fighting with somebody, or fighting over the food, or don't like somebody, or they're pretending to be nice. I can't forget this one. Or they're just sitting there and they're fake, phony. Hi, how you doing? Oh, how you been? Oh, yeah, no, we should get together. Oh, I always talk about how great you are to everybody. When a narcissist does this on a holiday, and they do this, like a narcissistic relative, they'll get up to you and say, I'm always telling people how, about your work and how wonderful you are and everything like that. They are doing the exact opposite. They are like downplaying you, smearing you behind your back. But they want to look like the good guy in front of everybody, that they like you and everything. It's all an act. It's all phony, because they are phony fake. That's it. All right. So the other thing is, if they're not fighting, not running to call supply, not running to the store, not catnapping, they're being fake, phony. That's what they're being. All right. So I hope that helps you guys. I'm losing my voice because I double podcast today. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. Also, happy Good Friday to everybody. I bring that up because it is Good Friday. Let's not forget, if you're a Christian, how Jesus sacrificed for us. Also, I'm going to bring up about checking out my YouTube at the Game Exposed podcast. I have over 6,000 videos, and TikTok is the Game Exposed, Instagram, the Game EXP123, and Facebook for now, the Game EXP777. All right, you guys, have a wonderful holiday. Happy Easter, happy Passover. Enjoy your day. Keep your peace and distance yourself from the narcissist. All right, have a great one.